Welcome back, children. This is our sixth video for chapter 8, Economy and Occupations, and we are studying occupations in India. We have completed agriculture and today we are starting with fishing and mining in India. Talking about fishing, let's compare it with Brazil. Brazil too has a long coastline like India in the northern and in the eastern side. And we in India, we have coastal region in the eastern and the western side. Brazil does not have much of inland fishing, but India has good amount of inland fishing as well, that is fishing in the rivers. Brazil has more of mechanized boats and modern shipping vessels, or rather modern vessels for catching fish. But in India, mostly we find people catching fish in small vessels or small boats, like you can see in this picture here. Cold storage facility also is not much available in India as compared to Brazil. India, fishing plays a major role in the economy of India. We have a large coastline of 7,500 kilometers. The main diet of the people living in the coastal areas, okay, that is West Bengal, then we have Orissa, then we have Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Goa, Gujarat. All these coastal people, their main diet is fish, and India is one of the largest producer of both marine fish as well as the inland fishing. Now in India, fishing can be categorized into two categories: marine fishing, that is deep sea fishing, the coastal fishing, and inland fishing, which is carried out in rivers and tanks. Marine fishing accounts for 40% of the total fish production in India and comprises of fishing in the coastal regions of Gujarat, that is in the Kutch areas, then in the Malabar coast of Kerala and the Coromandel coast of Tamil Nadu. Besides, we also have fishing here in the Konkan coast of Maharashtra. The fish types that are caught in marine fishing is sardines, also called as cupids. So sardines, we have mackerels, we have Bombay duck, and also prawns. Inland fishing is another type of fishing which occupies about 60% of total fishing in India. So 60% of total production of fish comes from inland fishing, which is not the case in Brazil. Brazil hardly has any inland fishing. And what is inland fishing? Inland fishing is mainly carried out in rivers, canals, tanks, ponds, as well as in the lakes, not in the oceans. The ocean fishing comes under marine fishing. And the fish type mainly comprises of the silver bellies carp, or also called in Hindi as chopra fish. Okay, what is the benefits of fisheries? This can be as a short note. Benefits of fishing for India. First of all, it helps in the development of economy, no doubt about it. Okay, it helps in food supply, forming important part of the diet of the people, especially in the coastal regions. Also, it raises the nutritional standard of people. So nutritional level of people is also raised because fish is rich in proteins, and therefore fish occupies a major part of diet, especially in the coastal regions. How does it help in economy? By generating employment, and also it earns a lot of foreign exchange by exporting. You have a little activity which is not cancelled out. Obtain information regarding pisciculture in India. I'm sure you have heard about pisciculture, sericulture, apiculture. Sericulture is silk farming, apiculture is bee farming. Okay, so and pisciculture is fish farming. Now, we have heard about normal farms, but we have not heard about fish farming. What is fish farming? The fish farming, which is artificially done in the ponds, in the lakes, and even in the tanks, by providing seedlings of fish. Seedlings here means eggs, okay, of fish is called as pisciculture. And good amount of fishing does take place through pisciculture. So fish farming is also called as pisciculture, and it is practiced on a commercial scale, especially in enclosed tanks, so artificial tanks. wherein the fish grows artificially in man-made ponds, lakes or tanks by fish seedlings. Aquaculture, we can also call it as aquaculture because it is cultured, artificially cultured in the water, in the tanks. This has now become so popular that more than 50% of the total fish production in the world comes from this type of fish farming, aqua farming. It is an important sector contributing to agricultural exports. So it is a complementary occupation along with agriculture, like animal husbandry. So fishing also is part of the primary occupations and is an allied activity to agriculture, and also a major food security for our country with a huge population. Do we have problems of overfishing? Yes, because of the huge population, large amount of fish is caught, and since the demand for fish as food is increasing day by day, it is resulting in overfishing worldwide, not just in India, but in India also it's a major concern, causing the depletion in the population of fish. Is something done about it? Yes, the fishing community has decided not to venture into the ocean, especially in the monsoon season, because that is the breeding season for the fish. This next occupation is mining in India. Okay, and let us go through it. Now, mining mainly is carried out in plateau regions. We have studied in our previous lessons, we have plateaus like Malwa, Bundelkhand, Bagelkhand, Chota Nagpur, Karnataka Plateau, Maharashtra Plateau, Telangana Plateau, and the Orissa Plateau is called as Dandakarnia Plateau. But the major plateau from where most of the minerals are extracted is this Chota Nagpur Plateau in the Jharkhand area. So Jharkhand, Orissa, West Bengal, then also eastern Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, which is now basically Chhattisgarh. Okay, these are the places where mainly minerals are extracted, and we are going to study this. But among them, Chota Nagpur Plateau could be for fill in the blanks, is a storehouse of variety of minerals, and therefore mining is a major occupation here in Chota Nagpur Plateau. Okay, then I have put you some of the pictures. For example, coal is extracted from Korba in Chhattisgarh and also in eastern Maharashtra. So you can see Chhattisgarh over here. Okay, Chhattisgarh and eastern Maharashtra where coal is mainly extracted. Then you have mineral oil mainly in the Digboi regions of Assam here. Okay, so mineral oil is extracted from Digboi region in Assam. Also from the Bombay High regions of Maharashtra. Now Bombay High means the offshores of Mumbai in the ocean, and also Koyali and Kalol in Gujarat. So it is also inshore as well as outshore regions. Also mineral oil and natural gas is found at the mouth of river Godavari, and therefore I put this river Godavari over here in this picture. Then besides the mineral oil and the coal etc., we have marbles mainly from Rajasthan, which is famous, and we have huge mines there, and Kadapa is normally extracted from Andhra Pradesh. I put the entire thing in a table which you can take a screenshot, okay, for the minerals and where they are found. And if you want a detailed study, then you will have to go back to the map work. Okay, this is not for exam. The spelling also is wrong over here, but it's okay. Besides the few minerals that we spoke, those are limited. India has a variety of minerals like coal, bauxite, copper, gold, iron ore, manganese, silver, dolomite, feldspar, fire clay, graphite, knight, kaolin, limestone, etc. Some of these are metallic minerals and some of them are non-metallic mineral. So here you see coal mining in the upper part, and of course rocks. Here also you find iron ore, coal mining. Okay, the top picture is totally coal mining. These two, the top and the lower one, are totally coal mining pictures that I have put for you here. And the last part I would like to stop with is the currency that is used in the three different countries. We spoke about USA, which is a developed country, Brazil and India. The United States uses dollars. You can see the sign. I've put for you more pictures. I'll show you later. Brazilian currency is called as Brazilian real. So this could be for fill in the blanks or multiple choice. And Indian currency is called as rupees. Okay, $1, the dollar price keeps on changing. Okay, so at present, what is the actual rate of dollar, which has come down worldwide now? I'm not very sure. But, sorry, before the pandemic, excuse me, before the pandemic, $1 stood at almost 75 rupees, Indian rupees. So, 1 American dollar, that time whenever this data was collected, is equal to 3.129 Brazilian real dollars. Okay, so and $1 at that time, this was about 3 or 4 years ago, was 64 Indian rupees. Okay, so I have a few more pictures here and the symbols that I used. The top one is dollars, the symbol for dollar, Brazilian real, okay, Brazilian real dollars also it's called, and the Indian rupee. Okay, the new symbol that was adopted recently, that is few years ago, for Indian rupees. So with this we stop. In the next video we'll come back with industries in Brazil and India. Till then, take care. God bless you.